What's up, Mecha fans, and welcome back to the channel. So today we have a bunch of new model kit and Gunpla reveals to talk about that Bandai just revealed yesterday, which are all set to release between October 2025 and December 2025, at least in Japan, that is. But before we dive into all of that, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are a fan of Mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, head on down to the comment section below. If you've already seen these reveals, then let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know your favourite and least favourite of the reveals, and otherwise, wait until I've talked about them here, and then let me know. Without further ado though, we're going to dive into things. Now, most of these are Gunpla reveals, but there are a couple of other model kit reveals relating to various Mecha anime series that I do want to talk about, and one thing I will say is that most of these reveals were kind of already revealed at the Shizuka Hobby Show, but now we're getting official images of some of them, and there are a couple of other new reveals in here as well. Starting off though, we're actually going to begin with a new Evangelion model kit that's coming out. Rei Ayanami from Evangelion, specifically the rebuild of Evangelion films, but she is in her white plug suit, so if you're a fan of the original Neon Genesis Evangelion but not necessarily a fan of the rebuild films, then this essentially very nicely represents the original Rei Ayanami from the series. And as someone who loves Evangelion, as someone who really loves Rei as a character, I could not be more excited for this model kit figure to release. This one is scheduled for October 2025. Like I said, she's in a white plug suit. She's got the Spear of Longinus. I think it's Longinus. I think that's how it's pronounced. And then you've got a bunch of inswappable parts and hands and such. So fans of Rei Ayanami, fans of Evangelion, we're finally getting some more love from Bandai, which is really awesome to see. And then on a similar line of thinking, we've actually got a new macross kit that's set to come out. This is from Macross Delta and is the high grade 1/100 scale Siegfried Mirage Farina Genius aircraft. Now, I think we've already had this particular kit previously revealed. I'm pretty sure that there is a Macross Delta kit that has already been revealed like a couple of months back or something that, like I said, is set to release sometime later this year, but not quite in this kind of October time. But this one is in more of like a dark purple burgundy kind of color with a lot of white, some red accents and stuff. And I love the look of this thing. Now, I don't really know anything about the character or this particular aircraft, but I like the look of it. I love the color scheme. I've seen the character as well, and I love her design. So this is one that I'm probably going to pick up. And surprisingly enough, this doesn't seem to be a P Bandai kit. And when looking at it, I kind of thought it would be, because it did seem to be just a bit of a repaint of one that is already coming out or has already come out. I am slowly trying to get into Macross, and this is one of those suits, aircrafts, whatever they're called, that I think looks great. And like I said, I really love the design of the character, and I love the color scheme on it as well. But that about wraps things up for everything outside of Gunpla, except for one more thing. I'll just quickly briefly mention this. We are getting a new high-grade hookbind from Super Robot Wars series. Now, we do already have the Mark II and Mark III, but I think this is like the original hookbind. We still don't actually have a proper look at the model kit, but they've kind of revealed like a black silhouette of it and then shown the image of the actual design from the game. So this one, I think, looks pretty cool. I think in terms of the hookbind designs, I gotta be honest, I think I like this one the most. But we'll have to see how it turns out when they do eventually reveal it. But I assume this one is not actually going to come this year, because like I said, they've not fully revealed this thing yet anyway. Now though, we can move on to the Gunpla. And like I said, pretty much all of these had already been revealed. Some had already had official images, some are now just getting official images, but I think most of these I haven't really talked about on the channel properly, so it gives me a good opportunity to do so. Starting off though, we do have a brand new entry grade, which is the entry grade Wing Gundam. Of course, it's the 30th anniversary of Wing this year, so it makes sense that you're going to make a new entry grade. You'd make one based off one of the series that's celebrating a major anniversary and something that they are really pushing in terms of that anniversary. The entry grade line is really entry. I think it's really in like a good, it's at a good point at the minute, I think. Because recently I got the entry grade Strike Gundam, and that thing's great. I've got the entry grade Lag Gundam, that thing's also great. So the entry grade Gundams are just continuously improving to the point that now, they're borderline on the same level as high grades. There's not too much difference in it, and you get it for a really good price as well. Now, the thing I'm interested to know about this entry grade Wing Gundam is if it will transform, because if we're getting an entry grade transforming kit that is actually really well made, this could be a game changer to the point where we could get like an entry grade Zeta Gundam, for example, and maybe it could be the best transforming Zeta to date. But I really think that this is just a great idea to put more of these entry grade kits out there. Moving on though, we've got the Monkey Club Roadie, and this is from Iron Blooded Orphans Urdr Hunt. So again, this is a high grade 1/144 scale. Forgetting about the design of this kit and that, which we'll get to, but it's very interesting, the release date on this, November 2025. And there is another one a little bit further down from Urdr Hunt that's releasing in December 2025. But what does this tell us? We're probably getting Iron Blooded Orphans Urdr Hunt at the end of this year. It seems all but confirmed at this point. If we're getting new kits for this particular story in November, December, maybe some come in October, maybe they do a reprint of ones that they've previously released, it looks like there's a good chance that we get Urdr Hunt, the anime, either in October or November or sometime in the fall season. So actually talking about the model kit itself now, I think this looks really cool. It's essentially like the Iron Blooded Orphans version of the Zagok with some elements of the Zaku in there as well. I love the colour scheme of it. It'll be very interesting to see what these Iron Blooded Orphans Urdr Hunt kits are like, but this is one that I will more than likely pick up just because I think it's a unique design and it does look kind of cool, not gonna lie. Next up then, we've got another Iron Blooded Orphans kit, but that is the Master Grade 1/100 scale Gundam Barbatos Lupus. Now, I don't really collect Master Grades. This thing looks really good though, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna buy it. It is coming out in November 2025, and my only, I don't want to say it's a concern because like I haven't actually seen Iron Blooded Orphans, so I'm sure that massive fans of the series can speak more to this, but to me, the shoulders look a bit too bulky. And I know that the Lupus is bulkier than the standard Barbatos, but I still think this looks a bit too bulky. I don't think the proportions are quite accurate to the anime, which maybe that's not the intention, but it comes across as just being a bit too shoulder heavy. Now, again, I could be wrong. Maybe this is more accurate to the anime, but like as a kit, this thing looks fantastic. Of course, these are like digital renders of it, but it does look really good. So I have no doubt this will be a great kit, and I know there's a lot of people that are very excited for it and have been waiting years for it. Next up, we got another option parts set for Gunpla. This is the Build Booster set. I have no interest in this thing. I mean, it looks cool, but I just don't care for it. So we'll move on. And now we have a new GQuuuuuuX kit, and that is the high grade Zaku, scheduled for November 2025. And yeah, this is your standard green Zaku, the GQuuuuuuX version. As all of the GQuuuuuuX kits look, this one again looks really great. I do think the color scheme looks good. I love the white accents, the yellow, little yellow accents as well. I think are really cool. So, you know, I haven't actually picked up any of the GQuuuuuuX kits yet because they haven't arrived yet in the UK. But based on everything I've heard about them, this will probably be another solid kit, and from the looks of it, it looks like another solid kit as well. Moving back onto Urdr Hunt now, this is where we got the other Urdr Hunt kit, which was revealed, which had already been revealed in the past anyway, and that is the Gundam Zagan. This design, I think, is really cool. I love the shields on the arms, like the two shields on the arms. I love that it's a Gundam, but it's obviously like way more bulky and kind of built out, which I think is really cool. I love the color scheme of it as well. And yeah, this one is releasing in December 2025, and I think much like the Monkey Roadie, this is probably going to be one that I pick up just because the design is really cool on it. And then we've got Char's Zaku 2 from GQuuuuuuX. Much like I just mentioned with the other one, I'm sure this will be a great kit. I will say that I am quite surprised this hasn't been announced as a P Bandai kit because it barely shows up in the series. Char switches over to the red Gundam or the white Gundam at the time very quickly in, you know, the first episode that he appears. But anyway, it's going to release as a standard version by the sounds of it anyway, unless they change that. Will I buy it? I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Probably, because I'll probably end up buying all the GQuuuuuuX kits, to be honest. And it looks cool, so I guess it depends. If I come across it and decide, you know what, let's buy it, then maybe I will. But I guess that I will probably prioritize more so the Police Zaku, because that's unique to that series, and maybe the standard Zaku, because that shows up just a little bit more. But I guess if I really, really like those kits and really love the Zaku design and build of it all, then I'd probably consider getting something like this. Now, though, we move on to the high-grade White Gundam, which again, this is coming in December 2025, same with the Char Zaku, which I just mentioned, and this thing is a must-buy for me. The Red Gundam is definitely a must-buy, and this one is as well. I love the look of it anyway. I'm a big fan of this design, and anytime, you know, I can get the opportunity to essentially, you know, buy and build this specific design of Gundam, I'm going to take. And looking at the poses, looking at the images, looking at the shield as well, this thing looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to get hold of this thing and build it. And then last but not least, we have the Perfect Grade Unleashed new Gundam. I think it was revealed before the Shizukabe show, it might have been revealed during, but this is of course a big deal to a lot of people. Another Perfect Grade Unleashed, or another Perfect Grade for that matter anyway, and it is the new Gundam. This thing is going to be huge by the sounds of it. I think it's something like 55 centimeters tall, which is pretty big when you put that into perspective of how big 1144 scale Gundams are, and also when you put into perspective the Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-78 too, because I know they've put those two side by side, and this one is a lot bigger because it's got to remain in scale. The new Gundam is bigger than the RX-78 too. It's hard to look at this and say that it looks bad because it simply doesn't. Like, this thing is a thing of beauty. There's just the price though. It's very expensive. We're not 100% sure how much it is going to be, like overseas, but a lot of retailers are pricing it at around like the £300 mark, which is evidently very expensive for a model kit. Granted, it's a great looking model kit and all that, but you can probably get like a good new Gundam figure or statue for a similar amount price wise. So it's a tough scenario to be in, but removing the whole pricing situation of it, if you just look at this at face value, this thing of course looks beautiful. I would be quite tempted to get this because I love the new Gundam design. It's also going to have an LED unit, which I think that was kind of the new reveal from this set of announcements, that yes, this kit will have an LED unit, which I don't know whether you've got to buy it separately, but either way, I mean, it looks really good. And it's going to have the green light up LED stuff. I mean, if you get like the full package for this thing, it's no doubt going to be a centerpiece and look absolutely fantastic. It's just the pricing that is quite a big concern. Nonetheless, though, this thing looks really cool. Of course, like, it is a big deal to a lot of people. Myself, personally, I like the look of it. I feel like I need to see it in person, though, to justify paying £300. If I saw it in person and thought, wow, yeah, that looks good, then maybe the tides would turn and maybe then I would pick it up. But anyway, that about wraps things up for this video. Like I said, this is all stuff that we'd seen before anyway, but nonetheless, it's nice to have official product images, some release dates for things as well. And it is worth noting that, as these are scheduled for October to December 2025 in Japan, they will likely not make it over to the US and all other overseas places, including the UK, until early 2026. So I'm looking at a lot of these kits, like, for example, the White Gundam, the Red Gundam, that's not the Red Gundam, sorry, the Red Zaku 2, and all these kind of kits, like, that are slated for December. We're not getting those until 2026, and it's probably going to be more towards like the March kind of time, but I guess we'll see. But anyway, guys, that wraps it up for this video. Before I get out there, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're a fan of Mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, like I said earlier, head on down to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite reveal from this set of announcements. Now, for me personally, I think I've got to go with that White Gundam. It looks absolutely fantastic, but of course, as well, as a big Evangelion fan, I am very excited for that Rey figure. Thank you once again for tuning into Mecha Chat today. I'll see you guys next time.